我的家是 Manitoba 省。
Yedik Manitoba kenge.
Meine Heimat ist Manitoba.
My home is Manitoba.
Manitoba, a place with breathtaking natural beauty, forged from rock and water and blue sky, a province created by many different cultures coming together. Like the first people of Manitoba, we continue to welcome new residents from all over the world. Together, we build this great province.
My home is Manitoba.
Kamta Roy Singh is a successful Manitoba businessman. He came from Guyana with a desire to succeed. Today, he owns and operates several donut shops.
The first job I had was working at 7-Eleven on Sergeant & Spence. My second job was at Tim Hortons. And then in 1999, I went back and bought the store that I started at, 10 years after to be exact. As an immigrant, when you leave your homeland, you're expecting to do well.
How are you doing? Yeah, I got a message. I saved it on my phone.
Kamta works hard to be successful. He also works hard to stay connected with his culture and people from his community.
And a lot of us, when we come here, you can be lost easily. Because first of all, you have a cultural shock. You doesn't know anyone, right? And then you want to fit in. And in turn, you get lost very easily. And I know that for a fact because most of my family is here now. My brother, sister are here, and in general, when they come here, in the first 2-3 months, they want to go back. Eventually, once they fit in and they feel comfortable, they realize this is the place to stay.
Manitoba is home to a variety of people, cultures, and languages. We welcome everyone.
Go ahead, have a seat.
At home, work, or when having coffee with friends, you are valued and accepted. Manitoba is many cultures, one neighborhood.
When you come here, diversity is here already. Multiculturalism is here already. You need to find a home that you can be able to fit in.
Today, in this video presentation, you will meet some of your new neighbors and learn how they are building a better place for all of us by keeping their cultures alive in Manitoba. Manitoba is a diverse province. Diversity means people from different countries, cultures, races, and religions living in one place. Manitoba has a long, proud history of diversity, beginning with the first people. The first to live in Manitoba were the Aboriginal people. For thousands of years, Aboriginal tribes with different languages and cultures shared the land. They moved from place to place, following the wild animals that were their food. In the 1800s, immigrants began arriving from Europe. Newcomers from Germany, Ukraine, Britain, France, and Poland started farming the land and building towns. Through the 1900s, people from every continent started new lives in Manitoba. Each brought different skills, languages, and cultures.
Welcome the year of the tiger.
Today, Manitoba is one of Canada's most diverse provinces. More than 200 languages are spoken here. Newcomers from 150 countries call Manitoba home.
I'm from China, from the northwestern province called Yunnan province.
Cora Hugh came to Manitoba in 1963 to attend university. She stayed to build a career and raise her family.
I still consider myself Chinese. My culture, my way of thinking are all Chinese. My language, my mother tongue, it's all Chinese. 现在正式的开始，我要请2位。
Cora became a leader within the Manitoba Chinese community, helping organize a volunteer school which teaches Chinese language to youth. She also helps organize the annual New Year celebration, a cultural high point for the Chinese community.
This is a best way, rather than in the classroom, it's a best way to teach the students that according to the Chinese culture, the traditional culture is you respect your parents, your elders. I think it makes Manitoba a better place to live, because understanding your own culture not only broaden your own outlook, but also help you to understand other people's culture.
Manitoba is a multicultural province. What is multiculturalism? Multiculturalism is welcoming and celebrating many different cultures and exploring the benefits of diversity. In Manitoba, our provincial government believes multiculturalism and diversity are very important.
One of the wonderful things you will find when you come to Manitoba is that you're welcomed soon after arrival, not just by the people in our diverse communities and neighborhoods, but by settlement support services like entry program, like our language training services and our employment supports. We want you to be able to settle successfully with your family for the long term. We know that you came here not just to find a job, but to build a future for your family and your children and their children. We know you want to keep the cultural values that you brought here and celebrate those. And we'll join with you in celebrating those cultural values through our festivals, our community organizations, in your day-to-day life, in our schools and workplaces. We celebrate cultural diversity. We celebrate the cultural heritage of the many newcomers who come here to build this province.
Okay, game on. Run, 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 run!
Kamta has also worked at keeping his culture strong. This game called cricket is a favorite pastime in Guyana. Kamta played on Guyana's national team. When he came to Manitoba, he got involved.
Then the second day I was here, I was introduced to cricket. And when I went to the park and see the people who were playing, there were a lot of fellow Guyanese, there were fellow West Indian, there are other people from different parts of the world was playing there. So I feel at home. You're able to interact something of the same language, you're able to talk about the same thing, and eventually you meet people of your own from your country, and that's make a difference.
Kamta realized that connecting with his culture was important for himself, his children, and his community. He turned his passion for cricket into an organization that teaches the game. His son is learning, and so are kids from many other communities.
We have close to about 8 different countries of children that are playing here. We have mainly Guyanese and West Indian. We have from Sri Lanka, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh that are playing here. And it's the only such program that in Manitoba at this grassroots level.
We need to give our children the same vision and culture that we have, that we came with. So by having them playing cricket, they can understand our culture. Having them dancing, they understand our culture, be among their people, be able to learn our culture, such as the food, such as the clothing, such as the music.
I'm proud of my culture, I'm proud of who I am, and I wanted to showcase it.
Titi Jani is originally from Nigeria. When she first came to Manitoba, she made a point of showing her culture by wearing traditional Nigerian dress and wearing her baby on her back.
Wearing a traditional outfit was important for me. And in fact, when I came here, among my community, among the Nigerians here, it wasn't a practice. And so I think I would say I'm a kind of like a pace setter. So that's a way to pass on your culture and to showcase your culture wherever you go. So it's in the dressing, and I do the same with my children, because I do know that culture is not something you put on a chalkboard and you start teaching. You know, it's also role modeling. And the only way the kids can pick it up is by seeing you, being comfortable in your own culture, in your own skin, in your own self.
Hi, my name is Ahlam Jassim. I came from Iraq. As you see, I still wear my hijab, that means hair covered, as part of my identity as as a Muslim woman.
My name is Mamadou Ka. I come originally from Senegal, and I grew up in Ivory Coast, and I work at St. Boniface College. I'm a lecturer. I'm a political scientist.
Hello, this is James Kim. I came from Seoul, Korea. I came to Winnipeg 1999, December 28th.
I'm Teresa Dukes. I came from Stuttgart, Germany.
This is a great place to be because you meet a lot of people coming from all over the world. And I've been blessed really to have people coming from my own country. Both countries, I should say, Senegal and Ivory Coast, and we take the chance to meet, to celebrate, you know, to have parties. And this is great. We are very blessed here in this province.
Once a week we go to Korean language school, and we should learn language, even language and culture and Korean custom.
My voice was not so bad, so I started out my yodeling, formed a band, and was very successful, especially with the yodeling. We've done Oktoberfests and beer gardens.
Canada is a country that welcomes diversity, that it doesn't confine you, it doesn't restrict you from being who you are and practicing, whether your religion or your culture. So that's something that I quickly learned, and I chose to embrace that and even, pass that on to others.
Titi brought the many African communities together into one larger organization to better represent African needs across the province.
Basically is to expand that community, to build a sense of community that yes, we are here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, far away from home, but we can still maintain that community spirit that we will have had we been at home.
Thank you very much. You enjoy.
Canada is a place where you are free to do that, and so practice your culture, not at the expense of other people.
Diversity is important to all Manitobans. We have 500 different associations that preserve and promote our unique cultures, customs, and languages. Diversity brings new people, skills, and ideas to our province. Diversity makes Manitoba richer.
And over the last few years, we have been one of the fastest growing economies in Canada. So we are the most diverse economy in Canada as well. So there are a wide variety of different opportunities in a number of different sectors, appealing to a number of different skill sets. So we know that, that immigrants that come to Manitoba will find an opportunity to utilize their skill set. You also find a community that's very tolerant, and you'll find a business community that's very tolerant, and we'll look to try to implement or to embed their culture within the workplace and respect their culture as well. So we are on a very positive track when it comes to creating a very unique place where cultures are respected and cultures are embraced as a real strength to Winnipeg and to Manitoba.
If you're an immigrant here from whatever part of the world, chances are that you will run into an individual that you will recognize from a common background, a common culture, a common language. And so you can truly feel at home in many parts of this province, even if you've come from a world away. And so I think we very much are many cultures, but one welcoming neighborhood.
Remember, Manitoba is a diverse province. Diversity means people from different countries, cultures, races, and religions living in one place. Your diversity is protected by law. Manitoba is also a multicultural province. That means welcoming and celebrating many different cultures and exploring the benefits of diversity.
Babita! How are you? I'm good. And you? We started too?
Manitoba is many cultures, but one neighborhood. By inspiring and leading our own communities, we help all Manitobans.
I'm living here. This is my home. I want to promote my culture here. I want to promote it within Manitoba. So my passion is here. So you're not just doing it for one community alone. You do it for all communities. And hopefully that will grow our culture. People get to know who we are.